you're not here, you missing out. Cause this show. Welcome to the We Love Wrestling spot. My name is Terry. I'm with Jinx from the Pretty Hills, and today we are with some American muscle. We're with a world traveler. We're with someone who we brought on the show to give us a tune-up because we needed one. We are with Miss Amber Nova. How are you doing today, ma'am?
I'm doing excellent, and that was a great introduction.
Thank you. The first question I always ask is, why do you love wrestling, or what started your love for wrestling?
The beginning of Amber Nova's journey started when I was a kid. I loved wrestling since I was a kid. My dad got me into American Muscle Cars. He's a mechanic, and he got me into pro wrestling, and I just loved it. And then eventually I saw these beautiful, amazing young women coming up from the WWE Performance Center here in Orlando, NXT, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Carmella, and I decided to pursue it myself.
Okay. So you're in the Orlando area, but have you had a tryout for the WWE as yet?
No. So I have never had an official WWE tryout. I have had two paid per appearance matches, where my first match was against Nikki Cross, August of 2018. And then my next match was January 2019, and that was with my tag team partner, Rebel, Tanea Brooks. You may see her on AEW along Britt Baker now. And we wrestled two of the top women from Japan, Io Shirai and Kairi Sane. So I've had two matches with NXT, but not an official WWE tryout.
Okay. I did see you on Impact Wrestling, if I'm not mistaken. How was that experience being there in Impact at that time?
So yes, in the early stages, beginning of my career, my first 2 year in, I had several matches with Impact Wrestling. I had Gail Kim as my agent running the women's division and helping out there. And I have to say that really stepped me up and boosted my level. Just getting that experience so early on, it really helped push me faster along in my career.
Okay. To revert back a little bit with what started your love for wrestling, was there any wrestlers growing up when you was watching that you took a hold to that you liked?
Absolutely. So I was really big in WCW. I loved Goldberg, Sting, Booker T. Obviously, I watched WWF. I loved Triple H, Shawn Michaels. I loved Lita, Trish, Victoria. I loved so many amazing women. Medusa, Chyna. So I did watch a lot of old school when I was younger. But when you're a little girl watching stuff, you don't get it. And then you go back and watch it again when you're older and you see things you didn't see when you were younger.
Jinx, Ashley, go ahead. Take some of this.
So, one thing I know that you did earlier in your matches when you first started debuting, you came out with your big wrench.
Oh yeah.
How do we know your love for muscle cars and your father being a mechanic? So did you use that to play? How did you decide to come up with the wrench, using it in the ring, beating on the women, and developing your character from your background?
Let's see. So I'm a former EMT, and back home, Hilton Head Island, South Carolina, I would drive around in my little Nova, and people would see me and call me the Nova Girl. So I was just Nova. I was always Amber Nova. And yeah, my dad, he is a mechanic. He got me into American Muscle. I do change my own oil. I do really tune people up in outside the ring. And when I started my wrestling journey, I really wanted to know, I wanted to incorporate who I am and my character and my identity as a real person, not just in the ring, but outside of the ring. And that's what really helped the wrench and the tire marks and the not afraid to get my fingernails greasy type of vibe when I get in the ring. So yeah, in my first match and my first very many matches, I would come out with a wrench. And if, I had to pull a few tools out of my box to win, I did what I had to do to get that win.
Okay, so off that, who would you say you enjoy working with in the ring the most?
The most. I've enjoyed working with so many women. My match with Taya Valkyrie, at Impact, I really learned a lot. Regardless, the outcome was probably not the one that we all would have wanted. I got to learn from really great women that are now top stars in the business that are signed to either WWE, AEW, Impact Wrestling. Zelina Vega, Thea Trinidad, she was like my 10th or 13th match I ever had. I got to learn from her along with so many women. Allie, Sienna, Rosemary. I mean, the list goes on. I've also been trained by Eva Lise, who's now in AEW, but we've never had an actual match. But, you know, I got to train with her so much and learn from her. So that's just to name a few.
Okay, so also you said you were EMT, you do the mechanic. So with all that in your background, when did you actually decide that you wanted to become a pro wrestler?
So I, let's see, it was 2013, 2014. I was really watching NXT and the WWE Performance Center here in Orlando, which wasn't that far from Beaufort, South Carolina, where I was an EMT, and I would drive around in the ambulance with my partner next to me, and I always talk wrestling. And I was like, hey, you know, there's a lot of these young, beautiful women that are not that big. You don't have to be China to be a wrestler, as long as you're physically strong, mentally strong, athletic. So I was like, I'm going to move to Orlando, start my training. And if it doesn't work out, I'll go back to being an EMT. Obviously, this is where I am still, so it's going good. I made that journey, and that first big step, May of 2015, I moved to Orlando and started my training.
Okay. Good to know. 2015. Anything else, Terry?
Oh yeah, I got a few more things to answer. We got to know about it. A daughter of a mechanic, so your dad's a mechanic. What's your favorite type of car?
Well, it's obviously my 1973 hot orange Chevy Nova.
I have seen that car.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, I told one of my friends, like, oh, we're gonna be talking to Amber Nova. He was like, is she a legit like mechanic? Like, if my car was broken down and I needed someone to fix something, could she literally fix my car?
I'll have you know, I have helped many friends. So if you remember when WrestleMania was here in Orlando 3 years ago, I believe it was 2017.
Yeah.
I was doing a lot of local shows with my wrestling dojo, and the wrestling ring that we travel and move the ring from place to place in, this big diesel truck broke down. And I actually fixed it. Standing around a bunch of guys, they were trying to fix it, they didn't know what to do, and I actually was able to fix it. Took me a few hours, but I got it done.
All right, move out the way. Let a woman handle this.
Let a woman handle it. Move out the way. Let a woman. Yeah, I love that. So, yes, we can do it, ladies. We can fix trucks. We can fix cars. Don't limit yourself or your mindset. It's all starts with up here. So
I love it. I love it. Now,
I have actually pictures and video clips, I think, from that moment too. But yes, I'm not going to say that I'm a wizard of mechanics. I can't fix everything, but there is a lot that I do know. So I actually know a lot more than some guys nowadays.
it's true, because you know a lot of people out here, car breakdown, they don't know what to do to save their life. Yeah,
well, I'll tell you what, sometimes if you just go to AutoZone, they will pull the codes for like a new car, and AutoZone can tell you what to do, or AutoZone will check it out for free. So if you can get to like a local shop, they will sometimes check it out for free and tell you what the problem is.
Good to know.
So Amber, let's I'm gonna ask you, so being a mechanic, let's say you had a fleet of cars. Say you had about 4 cars, and you could pick 3 other wrestlers to be in your car game to ride.
Oh, my Fast and Furious kind of game.
Fast and Furious type game. Who would those 3 other? Well, let's say you're 4 other people, so it's 5 of you. Who would those people be?
Man, okay, so there's 5 of us. I need to get 4 people to roll with me in my Amber Nova, Supernova, Fast and Furious gang.
Yeah, Amber Nova, Supernova, Fast and Furious gang. Yes.
Are we talking any wrestler? We're dreaming right now. Male, female,
male, female, past, present, anyone.
It's your crew, your Fast and Furious gang. Anybody you want.
Man, that's tough. Well, I'm obviously gonna go with one of the main stars, The Rock. No one's taking us down if I got The Rock cruising next to me.
Yeah, right about that.
Can't hate that.
I'm gonna go on some more dreaming over here. I'm gonna go with Eddie Guerrero.
Oh,
Who else? I'm gonna go with Sasha Banks because she's a baddie. That's 3. Oh, I got 2 more. Who would I mix this up with? Goldberg, because Goldberg's got the Goldberg garage. He's already got cars. He's already into cars. Goldberg. All right, I get one more pick.
one more.
One more.
Man, I'm just trying to go.
Wait, with that?
I think I need
That was
another
4.
lady.
That was
I think-
4.
That was
So we're gonna give you a bonus pick. Go ahead. Get a bonus.
honorary pick.
All right, so I already picked 2 guys. That's The Rock and Goldberg. I picked
The
Sasha
Rock,
Banks. I need
Eddie.
one more lady to roll with.
You have 3 guys: Rock, Eddie Guerrero, Sasha,
Oh, I do.
Goldberg. So you're one more lady.
Okay. One more lady. Who's bad? Who's bad? I'm gonna go with Evilise because I know she can take you on that ride along, which is one of her signature moves. I just threw that in there.
Okay. All right. That's a bad crew. That's
Yeah.
a bad crew. I wouldn't mind rolling in that crew. I'm upset I didn't get a name drop, but that's okay.
I'll take the passenger seat.
This is like fantasy football, but Fast and Furious style.
Mhm. That's that. What would so you like your Chevy Nova? You have that, your orange one. I seen pictures of it.
And that's why my wrestling gear always has orange in it.
Orange.
Yes.
Orange and leopard.
I can't say that. But I was going to say something, but I can't say that. So, Amber, it's about the wrestling here because we love wrestling. Have you been out here wrestling during this pandemic? Because a lot of people have been just, staying back, not taking bookings. Have you been out here working during this time?
I have. So at the beginning of this year, January, February, I was going all over the place. I was in Arizona, LA, Georgia, Alabama. And then prior to that, last December, even actually, let's take it back a year ago this month, I was in South Africa wrestling. I was in then Panama in December wrestling, and I was supposed to go back out of country. Unfortunately, with the pandemic, we all know a lot of things got shut down, setbacks, and we all have bumps in the road in this journey. That doesn't mean that the journey's over. It just means it's going to take you a little bit longer to get there. So yeah, I've been wrestling again. I did a lot of local shows here in Orlando when things slowly started opening up. But everyone had to, obviously, masks were required. Social distancing is required. Last month, I did my first out-of-state booking since February, and I wrestled in Texas for Hurricane Pro. I went to New York on Halloween for an autographed meet and greet with fans in New York with Shaw Guerrero, that's Eddie Guerrero's daughter, and then Selena Della Renta, who I've worked with many times. So 3 of us girls, we dressed up for Halloween. We went and met fans. We all wore masks. We practiced social distancing. It was a great time. And yeah, I'm getting back into the groove of things. Things are starting to open up. So yes, I'm out there here and there, not as busy as I normally would be, but I am.
Small plug, she was with Saul Guerrero. They were in New York on Halloween dressed up. We did a spotlight with Saul maybe 2 weeks ago. You can go watch that. She talks about that a little bit also. Amber, I was on your Instagram and I was browsing and I saw you posted a picture. Said you were coming to Feud Fighting Evolution Wrestling. We've been doing a Friday Flair thing. That's why you were here. Can you tell us what's going on with that? All right, when you plan to show up? Because I've been watching the show, and you said you're going to be coming there. So, what's your plans with the fight Feud?
So yes, you are correct. I did promote and announce on my social media that I have joined the FEW Flair's women's division, and I am ready to shift gears and tune up every woman there. Now, we know that they're tapings, and my segments might not air yet, but stay tuned for Supernova because I am coming to FEW.
Oh, Supernova coming to FEW if you don't know.
Be prepared.
Now, in the first episode, did you see the commissioner? She stripped all the champions of their championships. Is that one of the reasons a championship that you're looking at since you're going a few?
Absolutely. I'm looking at that Flair's Women's Championship. It was up for grabs, and they decided to bring Nova in. I know there's a lot of other top women there. We know like Red Velvet, who's now in AEW, came from FEW. A lot of really great women have worked with them. I've worked with them prior. It's just been a long time since I've come back, and I'm happy to be back.
All right. Well, can't wait to see you on there and see what happens in the Flair's division. She's one of the people that's coming soon, and I can't wait to watch to see what goes on. All right.
I can't wait to see it either. We're excited about it.
Yeah, so everybody stay tuned for Supernova. Keep watching the episodes. They air, I believe, every Saturday at 5 p.m. on YouTube. So go to the YouTube channel, Fighting Evolution Wrestling on YouTube. Subscribe, keep up, and stay tuned for Nova.
Is it 5 or it's 6 p.m., but they usually do
5 Central or 6 p.m.?
6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central, and they do a run-in so you can go in at like a half hour before and watch what happened last week. It's really good.
Every Saturday.
Every Saturday.
It's a build-up every week. It's something good that I would recommend everybody go and watch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask this question. I know what your answer probably be, but I'll ask everybody this because it's a random question. Rock or Stone Cold?
Ooh. Back when Attitude Era was going on, I'm gonna go with Stone Cold, but The Rock became a lot cooler as time went on, and Stone Cold left. So then Rock took over more time. It's like this, but I really like to drink beer and like just Hells and Bells type of thing, AC/DC kind of girl. So I'm gonna go with Stone Cold, I guess. But you know what? No one can talk the smack like The Rock. So, you know what? Stone Cold could carry it though. He could go back and forth, no problem. So the two of them were like 50-50.
There's no wrong answer.
There's no wrong answer to that question.
I don't think there is.
It's just like, well, Miss Nova, this is our last segment. I call it the put yourself over moment. This is where you let everybody know your social media, any outlets they can go to support you, ways to follow you, any shirts or autographs they can buy. If you can just put yourself over.
Absolutely. So first of all, I want to say thank you to all my Nova heads out there. You have gotten me through 2020, and I couldn't have done it without you. All of your support, your love. I really appreciate that. If anyone's not familiar with me, get familiar with me. Go to the WWE Network. Watch my matches I've had. YouTube, Amber Nova. Go follow my social media. It's Amber Nova 73. I'm your American muscle driving mechanic pro wrestler here to tune up women's wrestling. And if you want to get any autographed photos, 11x17 posters, I have my own custom grease rags. If you're not afraid to get your hands dirty, you guys can DM me for merchandise. And I can't wait to see how this year takes me. One last thing I want to plug is December 19th in Daytona Beach at the Ocean Center. I am wrestling Lindsay Snow for the NAWA Women's Championship. You can go to Ticketmaster and get your tickets. Daytona Beach, December 19th. I hope to see everyone there.
Amber, you cannot just lay something like that on us and expect to and to get off this call just like you cannot expect to tell us something like December 9th. Wait a minute. What is going on?
It's just now getting announced. It's all getting put out there. The flyers. We got big names on this show too. So check it out. It's gonna be huge. It's also gonna be live on Fight TV. You can watch it live, Fight TV. Tickets at Ticketmaster. It's gonna be a great show.
At Daytona Beach.
Daytona Beach Ocean Center.
What day is that event, Jinx?
I think it's a Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
Is the other one on a Saturday too?
It's Saturday. Let me double check.
We'll talk after this. Oh man, I just got hyped.
Sorry, I know that there might be another show running that same time, but that's at Miami. I'm going to be in Daytona. So.
Yeah, it's the same day.
I mean, might have to. Hey, never mind.
We'll
We'll
work it
talk
out.
about that later. So I got to ask one last thing, Miss Nova, since you just dropped that big bomb on us about you versus Lindsay Snow December 19th. What is the end goal if the fans watching this, if they took something away and they should be watching for you? What is it that you want them to just take away from watching you and experiencing you?
That's a really thoughtful question, and not many people ask what someone's end goal with their career or just in life. Honestly, it's to tell my story, and that's what wrestling is all about. It's telling a story. It's showing these characters and bringing people to life. I remember being an EMT, and I just wanted to feel more alive and bring people to life and tell my own story. You know, I'm a woman of many talents. I'm not only a former EMT, a pro wrestler. I'm also a certified bartender. I'm a daughter of a mechanic. I drive an American muscle car. I want to break this stigma of like beautiful women, any women out there. You can roll up in a sweet ass American muscle car and not always get questioned. Is that yours or is it your boyfriend's? I want to break that stigma. I want young girls to feel empowered. I want not just, women, but men as well that maybe are afraid to take that step and chase their dreams, because it's so hard for some people to really go out there and chase their dreams. It takes so much dedication and drive. Nova Drive.
Nova Drive. See, I like everything with Nova in it.
It just adds that extra push to it.
It does. You got anything before we get out of here, Jinx?
You told us about December 19th. Do you have any other events coming up prior to that fans can check you out on?
That is my next, I believe, upcoming show.
Okay.
I am also going to announce more dates that I'll be back for FEW when that comes around, but I will be back.
Okay. So definitely we'll check you out then as well. So we're excited to see what comes next for Amber Nova.
Thank you so much. Me too.
It's a whole lot of women companies out here. Book Amber Nova, get her to your show. She'll come tune up your division, your company. I'm just saying.
Get them in gear.
That's right. Let me shift some gears.
But we thank you for giving us this time, Miss Nova. Thank you, Jinx, for also giving us this time.
No problem.
And with
Thank
the closing,
you for having me on. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you being here.
One thing, sorry, Terry. One thing I was thinking, definitely after your debut, we can, if you don't mind, come back and talk about that after a few debut and what happens and goes forward with that and within the Flares division within FEW.
Absolutely. I would love to be back on. And like I said, everyone stay tuned. FEW, Amber Nova is tuning up the Flares women's division.
Don't notice.
All right.
Get your tune up. Hope you enjoyed this. She had to tune our show up because, we needed to tune up. That's why we brought Amber Nova through. Thanks, Jinx, for being here. Thank Amber Nova. I'm Terry. And as I always say, if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling. It's too sweet.
Too sweet. Nova World Order.